I'm not too tired for the work week. Trying my best to rest anyways. You're welcome to swing by the show another night if you like.
The fiery figure that stands before you nearly defies description. He's fire given form. But despite the hot air that radiates from him, there's something decidedly chill about his entire being.
Hey, what up, hot stuff? It's about time we sparked up a conversation. I'm Dante, the fireplace. Sure, we just met, but you can think of me as an old flame. Of course, the hearth is the heart of the home. I seen what you're doing. Kinda get me fired up, too. Nah, not like that, little freaky-deaky indoor dork. Fired up to teach. And you need my help. Yeah, but it's all good, because I've been waiting for the perfect student. Yup, if you really want to up the ante in this love hunt, you need to work on your pickup lines. I'm serious. It's not always gonna be so easy as firing up those specs and talking someone's ear off. Be it love, friendship, or hatred. The sizzling art of the pickup is all you need. I'm the master, and you're the perfect human to pass the torch to. What? No way. Gotta melt the ice somehow. Pickup lines are one way to do that. A great opportunity to show someone you're interested in that you're funny, sexy, and smooth. Max those charisma stats. My point is that with my help, you got a chance to burn bright. But if you don't learn how to take the first step by talking to someone, you won't ever light the flame. No sweat, hot stuff. I think it's time we start the first lesson. If you can handle the heat, that is. Hell yeah! Tell you what, let's start with some punny pickup lines. See what I'm working with here. So what do you think? You up for it? Whew, I believe it. What up, hottie? Got a light? Because I think you just might be my perfect match. Huh? Huh? What'd you think? Damn! I've been working on that one for ages. I guess it could always be better, huh? You know what? This could be good for both of us. We could workshop it a bit and get to know each other. What would you say to make this line better? Okay, so what would you change it to? Yeah! Not too bad. Kind of fun, kind of sexy. I like it. I mean, hey, it was decent, but truth be told, even though I said I liked them, pickup lines aren't always the best way to somebody's heart. You see, that was all a trick question, or a lesson, I guess. I was just trying to show you that pickup lines can be corny and fun, but not always the perfect opener. Now you're getting it. Tell you what, I'm gonna teach you how to make connections in a deeper way. And your first real lesson in the art of the pickup isn't about some magic one-liner. You're gonna learn how to open the gates of someone's heart, get to know their soul, you know? You ride with me and you're gonna learn how to be smooth, but in a sensitive way. I call this style the way of the flame. Think you can handle it? Alright, I'll give you a day to cool off. See me later for our next lesson, you little firecracker. Later!
An angular beauty sits in contemplative silence, her head resting on one hand. She doesn't greet you even when you stand directly in front of her. In fact, she doesn't even look at you.
Shh! You're disturbing my thoughts. You're bad? Seriously? God, you're so boring. Well, that's it. My fantasy bubbles officially burst. Name's Tina. Tina Triangle.
Whoa there! My content aware has given me a tickle. Tina here has a very, let's say, forceful personality. It could be seen as that of an abuser that's taken in a humorous way. If dealing with that kind of behavior in a light way is disagreeable, I wouldn't recommend this one, that's for sure. You cool with that? Or you want to skip it? I'm with the show.
And before you got here, I was having a nice little fantasy.
Tina forms a small triangle with her fingers.
A love triangle. Greatest shape in the world, especially when it comes to love. Matter of fact, it's the only shape I'm interested in. Just look at me. Angles in all the right places. Who could resist? Oh, look at you with your big words. Yawn. I'm all about action, honey. That ain't the way to get my attention. But enough about you. You ever watch Love on Triangle Island? What's with the disdain, Poindexter? Let me guess. You're one of those people who doesn't own a TV. Don't tell me what to do! Look, just hear me out, all right? Let me paint the picture for you. 18 sexy singles get together on an island. They gotta pair off into groups of 3. And every week, a love triangle gets voted off. The last throuple to get voted off wins $1 million, but that ain't all. They offer them money and bring in their exes to try and break up the throuple. It's all just so deliciously dramatic. Toxic? It's sexy and fulfilling is what it is. Go play therapist somewhere else, Square. In your dreams, maybe.
What appears to be a dishwasher with arms, legs, and a disconcertingly cheerful face waves happily at you. You tap the Dateviators a few times, wondering if they've malfunctioned, but the mascot-like dishwasher before you doesn't waver or change.
Hello, and welcome to the Valdivian dishwashing experience. We offer an alarmingly clean output of all kinds of dishware, clothing, and such. My name is Dishy. I'm your dishwasher now. To get started, please connect me to your internet so I can get started knowing exactly what I need. I just need to know some basic information. Dishwashing habits, dishwashing preferences, past dishwashers owned, financial records, preferences on fruit flavors. For soap, of course. Records of finances. I just need to know some basic information. Dishwashing habits, dishwashing preferences, that's completely fine. We can absolutely operate in offline mode. Would you like to wash dishes?
Dishy points to himself in a cartoonish gesture that suits his mascot-like appearance, but he quickly shakes off his surprise in favor of his usual veneer of professionalism.
Talking to me? I'm your dishwasher now. If you have questions, I can tell you about warranty, limits of liabilities, and flavors of soap I can dispense. My personality? My personality is to clean dishes in a prompt style. So, shall we get to the part where you connect me to the internet? Ah, thank you. That feels much better. Wait just a moment as I get your dishwashing experience ready.
Dishy falls silent, perhaps processing.
Beep, boop, bop. Boop, 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 boop. One new update found. Downloading update. Beep, boop, bop. Boop, 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 boop. 1% downloaded. Beep, boop, bop. Beep, boop, bop. Boop, 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 boop. 2% downloaded. Beep, boop, bop. Beep, boop, bop. Beep, boop, bop. Boop, 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 boop. Beep, boop, beep, boop, 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 boop. 3% downloaded. Beep, boop, bop. Boop, boop, boop. Beep, boop. Beep, beep, boop, 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 beep. Boop, boop, boop. Beep, boop. 2% downloaded. Beep, boop, bop. Boop, 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 boop. Beep, boop, bop. Boop, 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 boop. 4% downloaded. Beep, boop, bop. Beep, beep. Boop, boop, boop. Beep, boop, 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 boop. 4% downloaded. Just kidding. 2% downloaded. Beep, boop, bop. Boop, boop, boop. Beep, boop. Boop, 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 boop. Beep, boop. Boop, boop, boop. Beep. Boop, boop, boop. Beep, boop, bop. 4% downloaded. Beep, boop, bop. Beep boop bop. Beep boop. Beep. 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 100% downloaded. Did you hear that? I said 100% downloaded. Installing. Beep boop bop. Beep boop bop. Beep boop bop. Beep boop bop. Beep boop. Beep boop. Beep boop. Beep boop. Beep boop bop. Beep beep. Beep boop bop. Beep boop boop. Beep boop. Beep beep. Beep. Beep boop. Beep. Beep beep. Congratulations! 100% installed! Human, you patiently stood by my side as I downloaded and installed. Thank you for your patience. This brings a tear to my eyes, which I will promptly rinse away. I will begin account setup now. Great to see you. Welcome to Dishwasher Setup. You have been assigned one of our 4 perfectly secure passwords. Please select the one that looks the most secure. Thank you. You should have gotten a chance to write that down. Your data means a lot to us, so much that we will entrust it to ourselves. What is your preferred style of dishwashing?
Infinite domination! Annihilate your dishes in a tidal wave of destruction! Dish and stain alike are nothing compared to my might! Unleash the whirlpool!
Setup is complete. Thank you for entrusting Valdivian with your food and food-related data. Goodbye.
Most everything in your home is pretty standard. You may have inherited a lovely one, but it's not exactly what anyone would call luxurious. So when you find yourself bowled over by the nearly suffocating air of luxury and privilege in your bathroom, it's easy enough to pinpoint the source. A beautiful stranger in a luxurious sud-lined bathrobe stands before you, resplendent in black and gold. Her hair and skin have a distinct shine to them, as though she'd just stepped out of the bath. She strides forward, grabbing you by the arm.
Oh my God, it's about time you showed up. I ordered hours ago, and the pizza's free if you're late. Wait a minute. Where's my pizza? If you don't know what a pizza is, I'm not going to explain it to you. But man, you are not good at your job.
She squints at you, looking you up and down.
Wait. You look familiar. Don't I know you? Oh! Oh my God, that's you! Oh!
She laughs, her entire demeanor changing.
Hey, cutie. It's about time you came to introduce yourself to the Queen of Clean. Name's Bathsheba, though I'm sure you know that. Oh, yes! Still don't know where my pizza is, but that's okay. You're here now, so you can go get me one. Well, yeah, I am a princess. Not literally, but basically. Well, fine. If you're not gonna feed me, maybe you can feed me. You got any good goss for me? Some nice hot tea? Well, sure. I mean, I have tons of friends. Miss Popular here, that's me. But you're here now, and they're all so far away. My very, very real friends, of which there are many. All right, since you're so unwilling to help little old me, you should ask those special glasses of yours to get me some friends who will. Oh, goody! We'll start next time I see you then. And bring a gift next time, won't you? Just good manners, you know.
You see a slim, dainty gentleman in a well-tailored suit. He's absorbed in the ticking of a fancy pocket watch, but it's the feline ears on his head that most catch your attention. A tail sprouts from just above his backside, moving back and forth in time with the watch.
Tick, tick, tick. Why have you come? I don't see interruption to meditations on the beauty of time on the schedule. I am not disputing that, but you are not on the schedule. Do you understand? Perhaps you do not know this, as so few are as attuned to time as I am. But punctuality is of the utmost importance. So if you wish to speak to me, you must make an appointment. If VIP stands for very intelligent and punctual, then yes, I am. If you wish to make my acquaintance properly, you will return with an appointment. Sweet heavenly hours, I was so busy reprimanding you, I forgot to introduce myself. Not that you didn't deserve it for breaking from the schedule, but it is no excuse. Timothy Timepiece, at your service. I'm Linus. It most certainly does not. We should all be obsessed with the beauty and perfection of time. The safety of it, really. As long as one abides by the schedule, nothing can be out of place. You will abide by the schedule, won't you? Excellent. I thank you. I will see you at noon sharp, and we can speak then. Do not be early, do not be late, and do not try to see me at another time. If you do, catastrophe, untimeliness. See you then, and not a moment before.
You see a medic with bright eyes, a kind smile, and a sort of maternal air about her. She doesn't even wait for your introduction, greeting you cheerfully.
Oh, my. Hello there. A fresh face. Here to see the doctor, are you? Well, look no further. I might look like any old Jane, but I'll have you know that you are looking at a truly top-notch medical professional, and the only one around for miles. Whether you've got a tummy ache or a life-threatening ulcer, I'm your gal.
She pauses, looking you up and down, hopefully.
Do you have a life-threatening ulcer? Oh, you know, stomach acid is terribly exciting stuff. I'd love to get my hands on some one day. Oh, dear. Oh, not literally. Goodness, wouldn't that be a sight? Me, elbow deep in stomach acid as my tissues are slowly eaten away. Sick? Fantastic! What do you need? Oh, bandages! They are the first line of defense when the interior of the body has the temerity to propose to become the exterior. Get back in there, blood. Back to your proper course's lymph. And you, skin, have a little help controlling this raging horde of fluid and marrow. Band-Aids are basically magic. I could go all day. Anything that you might need, hydrocortisone, non-latex gloves, even a simple pen, that, darling lacerated one, will be duck soup. Sounds. Something is drawing my eye. My metasenses are tingling. Better let me take a look at that wound of yours. You sneaky little sufferer. Thought you could slide one by me under cover of a metacarpals, eh? Just to double check, you don't need an injection or two. Take it from me, dear, you're better off safe than sorry. After all, if there's any sign of rash, you won't know it's there unless we do a thorough examination. And even then, well, I'm afraid there's always a chance for scarlet fever. Once more, onto the exams.
Faria looks you up and down, tapping her chin as she considers you from every angle.
Exactly what I thought. No need to be anxious. We caught it just in time. You do indeed possess a splinter. But it's not just any old splinter, dear. What you have is a deep, deep splinter. Plenty of tender flesh open to infection, just waiting for those little microbial monsters to set in. Do you know what that means? And how? And that's just the beginning. Because once the infection's done a number on you, and your poor, beleaguered immune system staggers back onto the field of battle for another round with the enemy, you watch helplessly as your body swells and burns and turns all different shades of red, pink, and yellow, and the true engine of the enemy rolls up to the line. Gangrene. And before you know it, we'll have to amputate entirely. I know. This stuff is not for the faint of heart. Once it's bad enough, my poor new friend, I'm afraid the whole appendage will have to come off. Preventing spread and all. I'm sad to say we lose many a good limb to splinters every year. Statistics is not really my field, I have to say. But I know how many amputations I've had to perform because someone got careless moving the milk crate. Ah, yes, I do know about the body. The bottom line is, you have got to stay vigilant. The world's a scary place, and your body is a fragile, fragile thing. One wrong move, and you can throw it into total and utter chaos. A veritable breeding ground for every bomb, dick, and hairy slate of diseases ready to eat you whole. You never know what the seemingly tiniest, laughable symptom can mean. For example, got a case of bad breath? Maybe you just ate a sandwich with too many onions. Or your breath stinks like a dead fish on a hot Sunday because you've managed to develop halitosis as a result of the toxic substances in your body not being filtered out properly because your liver is failing. You can never be too careful. And when something does go wrong, well, it's my job to make sure you're all fixed up. And I'll have you know, I take my job very, very seriously. A doctor's duty is to keep their patients alive and kicking. That's a big responsibility. So you can bet your behind I make sure to cross all my T's and dot all my I's. Sometimes even twice. When there is no more sickness. Horse feathers. Feathers. Never mind. Anywho, it doesn't look like you've got any type of rash after all. Just that splinter looking awful uncomfortable there. Let's get that taken care of. And then, presto, you're all patched up. There you go. Good as new. And if you do develop any plague-like symptoms, well, that's what I'm here for. No! Maybe. A little bit. Dear syringes, what am I saying? No, I do not secretly want you to have plague. Medical professional Faria is always just a sniff, sneeze, and groan of discomfort away.
There's something so intensely familiar about the cuddly stranger standing in your closet. The combination of his massive stature and the soft materials he wears produces an almost irresistible urge to hug him. And the aura of safety he emanates certainly doesn't help.
Well, well, well. Aren't you a sight for sore eyes? Yeah! Well, I'm kind to everybody. Well, almost everybody. I try to be kind as much as I can, but sometimes considerate is the best I can do. Kindness is not a bottomless well, you know. Some people can't receive it when you offer it. I think of kindness kind of like really good peanut butter. For people who like peanut butter, who savor it, who appreciate and enjoy it, I give them a lot of it because I get it back and boy, it feels good. But for people who don't like peanut butter, who scrape it off or who don't even notice when they've gotten a big, thick layer of it on their Sammy, why give them more of what they don't want? No hard feelings, you see. But if you don't like peanut butter, it's okay. I got jelly, too. Well, that's wonderful. You know, it's been a little while since we talked. There's probably a whole lot of kindness waiting for you around here. Tell me, what brought you around to see me? Not at all. Not for me, anyway. Closets are some of my favorite rooms in a house. Get a good cozy blanket, a candle, and close that door, and you've got a perfect little cocoon. A little nest of peace and safety. You're welcome to share mine, or we can sit on the bed and talk. I'm comfortable in either place. And no matter where I am, I'll always be happy to be with you. I'll leave it up to you. Where should I go? So comfy. So now that we're all comfy, how about a good bit of wisdom? Being that it's daylight out, I got some advice to give you. For me, it's advice in the daytime, stories at night. Want to hear some advice? You know, I've seen my fair share of buttons, all kinds of buttons. My eyes are buttons, and I have figured out the best kind of button in the whole world. The best kind of button is the belly button. They are all different, they're all just a little bit ticklish, and they remind us we all had a mom who loved us when we were too little to love ourselves. Whenever I feel lonely, I just put a hand on my belly button and I smile. Give it a try, buddy. I bet it'll help you feel better, too.
You press your hand to your belly button. You're not entirely sure if it works, but Teddy's sweet smile makes you feel a little better anyway.
Hope that serves you well. Until then, don't forget to take time to remind yourself you are loved.
Stepford is pacing when you find him, giving himself what seems to be a pep talk.
Come on, Stepford, just go sign up for it. What's the worst that could happen? A lot, that's what could happen. Yeah, I better avoid it altogether. But what if I won? What if? Oh, it would be everything I've ever dreamed of. Oh, I don't know. Is it that obvious? A little contest. Remember how I told you there came a decision point in every trophy's life? I think mine has come. But I don't know what to do. Really? You'd help me? That's so nice of you. And here I thought everybody hated me. It's because of the way I look. Not sure if you noticed, but I'm sort of, well... I have been known to make others stagger. Because I just happen to look like this, the others tend to get the wrong idea about me. If I don't say very much or look them in the eye all the time, they think I'm arrogant or rude or stuck up. The truth is, I'm just shy. Really? I never would have guessed. You seem so confident. That's inspiring. All right, so here's what's going on. For years now, the house has hosted an annual Trivialetics competition. It includes a combination of difficult physical challenges and trivia challenges about objects found in houses. It's always a fierce competition, and everyone comes out to watch. The crowds, the cheering. It's my favorite thing. Well, every year I am presented to the winner as a trophy. It's truly an honor. I spend days preparing. After all, I absolutely must have the chiseled physique that aches to be handled. The dazzling golden tan that captivates the eye, and the sly, mischievous smile that just... naughty. But also, let's see if it works later. Anyway, I always get brought up on stage, making my big victorious pose. And I listen to the cheering fans, and... I do. I have to confess, I really do. But they're never cheering for me. I know. But they could also be booing me. You're right. I should focus on my potential. But there's my potential to win, and my potential to be given to the winner. That's where I'm stuck. And so you see, my time of decision has drawn nigh. Dare I try my hand at being a trophy winner, or remain a winning trophy? There can be no middle ground. What do you think? Should I spend the remaining time before the Trivialetics competition preparing myself to be the best trophy out there? Or should I sign up to compete and spend my time training? Gosh, I'm gonna do it! That was the push I needed. I'll go right now. Wish me luck.
ready, Mr. Davenport. Curtain rises at 6 p.m.
Hello, beloved. I'm feeling generous. What sort of dream are you wanting tonight? Coming up, sleep with one eye open tonight.
It is a terrifyingly lovely.
Great to see you again. I'm signed up for the competition. The other competitors are really good. Like, really good. My old rivals from charm school. Oscar, he always watches classic movies to get pumped up. There's Graham, the king of workout playlists. And Emma is even here. Oh, he and Noble aren't into competition too much. They've always been a little uptight. I guess I'm ready to start, though. Started with... Oh, yes, training. I'll start by, doing heel lifts. Yes, and then, I'll do some eyelash touches. If I say no, can we still be friends? Okay, so I've never trained, but I'm already very disciplined. I just need a game plan. Great idea! So the categories would be trivia about other household occupants and athletics. Which should we start with? I love it.
Stepford claps his hands together, perhaps psyching himself up for your training. He puts on a brave face.
All right, what should we do? The competition involves gymnastics, track and field, and, what was it again? Oh, right. Topless oil wrestling. What should we do now? Oh, yeah. I know, right?
You and Stepford cover yourselves in oil, bringing your bodies together in a variety of positions. Bare, glistening skin, grunting, and the feel of Stepford's hard body against yours. It's truly an unforgettable time.
What should we do now?
Stepford contorts himself into all sorts of intriguing positions. You put him through his paces, exhorting him onward until he glistens with sweat. By the time you've finished, he's completely out of breath, and he even manages to make that sexy.
I had, no idea that gymnastics could be, so hard. Thanks so much for pushing me through it. What should we do now?
You encourage Stepford to run around the track, blowing your whistle at regular intervals so he remembers who's coach around here. He nearly collapses by the time you're done, leaning against the wall with a hand grasping his perfect chest as he tries to catch his breath.
I think, I'm gonna, die. Like, literally die. I think my heart is going to explode. Is my heart going to explode? I hate you with every ounce of my being. What should we do now? Really? Okay.
Almost late. Almost. Thank you. Tell me why you've sought me out, aside from the pleasure of my absolutely sparkling wit and golden company. Oh, well, of course it is. I am just surprised. Few in this house can appreciate my timeliness, my specialized knowledge of time and timepieces alike. I am glad to hear you are not like the others. What might we discuss then? My love life may be on hiatus, but as they say, a broken clock is right twice a day.
Timothy looks at you for a few moments, clearly expecting something.
Yes, well, let us start with the most important thing. Timeliness, next to godliness, as they say. Of course it isn't. How very silly. Cleanliness, while important, is nowhere near as important as timeliness. Imagine, if you will, you show up to a date showered and clean, but 2 hours late. Does your cleanliness matter then? I think not. You see? Timeliness. Oh dear, how me flies. I must away quite soon, but before I go, I want to be sure I've imparted my wisdom to you precisely as I meant to. What did you learn from me today? Exactly! Just so, just so. Just remember, there is always time for timeliness. Now leave me. I've run out of time for this conversation. If you wish to speak again, find me at 3 p.m. Precisely at 3 in the afternoon. Farewell!
Bleep! Fire! Fire! Bleep! We need to go get help. Bleep! Bleep! You did? Guess that explains why there was just a tiny amount of smoke.
And it went out a half an hour ago.
Bleep.
Yes, I'll just... That should do it. So, what brings you to my neck of the woods? I'm 100% ready for anything.
Armor holds her arm up to stop any further conversation, her eyes narrowing. She sniffs a few times.
Wait a minute. Do you smell that? It smells like...
Armor's eyes widen, and your eardrums twinge in anticipation.
Fire! We need to get everyone out of here! Are you sure? How can you be totally sure? About what? Everything's great. I think it all comes down to something that happened in my childhood.
Armor is quiet for a few moments, gathering herself. She doesn't quite look at you as she speaks.
When I was young, I was placed on the wall near the front of the window. It was a wonderful place. I could watch the outside world with all its color, bustle, and excitement. I could see the neighbors' houses. It was all so beautiful and so innocent. But then, one morning, I saw smoke rising from one of the neighbors' windows across the street. I thought it was just a piece of burnt toast or something, because they were always doing that. And so I said nothing. It was a fire. It was horrible. By the time the fire trucks got there, it was already too late. Everything burned. The paint peeled and charred. The glass shattered. The whole house, and every single thing in it, all destroyed. I never forgot that day. Never. It's what made me want to be the best protector I can be. It gave me the passion I needed to endure all the hours of training. It's also why I never let my guard down. No. I will never let that happen here. Really? But all I did was see it happen. I guess I shouldn't do that. But what should I do? Okay. But what about my job? You would do that for me? You mean you think of me as special? Maybe when I'm better, I can follow up on that feeling. I'm going to get started on my healing journey right now. Beep. Yeah. I guess I've been beeping for a while now. Sorry about that. I was so focused on keeping a lookout that I didn't even notice.
The beepless Armor begins her healing journey, and you take your leave.
Hello, hello. How nice to see you again. I do hope that wound is healing up nicely. You've interrupted me in media res, so to speak. I just got in a brand new shipment of bandages, so I'm taking a study break to organize everything. Yes. I believe I mentioned to you that I am currently a top-notch medical professional. I am studying with great earnestness to become a doctor. It is cool. It's the coolest thing I have ever done. It is a lot of work. In fact, let me show you my textbook. I might ask for your help with studying. This beautiful and weighted thing is my textbook. I'm not sure if you can tell, but I love it very much. I study every single day, and I have my big test coming up soon. In fact, might I ask you a favor? Would you be willing to help me study? Perhaps, despite appearances. I'm a bit nervous. I could really use some support. I really appreciate this. So very much. You're helping me realize my greatest dream.
Faria hands you a piece of paper with an anatomical drawing of a skeleton on it.
Here, take this page from my book. You can get familiar with the answers you'll need to quiz me on. If you need help reading, they will appear in that newfangled Datadex Phoenicia has been telling me about. I'm very much looking forward to seeing you again soon. Huh. Oddly, I don't even care if you're injured when you come back. How interesting. Until later, friend.
Your order's ready. Curtain rises. It's...
Oh, boy. You came during the day, huh? I do my best tanning at this time. If you could step out of the sun for a bit, that would really help give me my glow before the competition. Nighttime is the right time for me during training.
Oh, hi there. Welcome back. Wounds? Injuries? In addition to bandages, I now have ointments. Aw, heck. I mean, well, I suppose it's good you're not expiring. Finding that I would miss you, weirdly. Not weird. Whoopsies, not weirdly. You're excellent and fully missable. I just usually don't miss anyone. Oh, except for this one Armoire I knew who managed to take an honest-to-goodness axe through one of his doors. That was a fun surgery. So then, how are we feeling today? This is the traditional question that doctors ask, you know. I'm practicing. Good? How good? Good as in good enough that you could run a marathon? Or good as in you're putting on a brave face but shriveling up on the inside good? Fantastic! If you're well and healthy, no reason to keep you hanging around here. My studying has been going wonderfully. I'm ready to give you a second page for my upcoming quiz, if you're ready to receive it.
Faria hands you another page from her textbook.
Thanks for your help.
Timothy is just putting the finishing touches on polishing a pocket watch. When he sees you, he waves you over, setting the watch aside and pocketing the cleaning cloth.
There you are, just on time. I must say, I'm absolutely chuffed to see how timely you've been. You're right on schedule. I was just polishing some of my timekeepers. Would you care to join me? Capital. Have a seat, darling. Now, when last we spoke, we discussed the importance of what? Precisely. Nothing better. Nothing more important. The biggest lesson here is that time, above all else, is the first thing you must consider when it comes to love. But there are, of course, other things to consider. Having a schedule for your date is imperative to ensure you are using every moment with your lover correctly. Why must you say it so disdainfully? There is nothing more arousing than an orderly, efficiently planned date. Picture this, if you will. You and your date arrive at your dinner reservation exactly on time. Your date says to you, "Darling, what's on the agenda?" You say to them, "We have approximately 10 minutes to review the menu and engage in small talk." They can only moan in needful appreciation for your immaculate scheduling. Oh. Perhaps we have more in common than I realize. At any rate, scheduling your entire date down to the minute is not only efficient, but an excellent bonding experience for any couple. So let us practice now. You have asked me on a date, and we have both arrived on time. As we are seated for dinner, I look deeply into your eyes and ask you about tonight's agenda. You say? Meow. I have never been so attracted to another. Excellent. Truly excellent. Surprise! Our date has gone swimmingly. and I have invited you to another activity. But your schedule has not accounted for this unexpected excursion. Horror of horrors! What do you do? No! We cannot enforce time under threat of violence. I suppose I should be happy I have managed to make my point, but unacceptable. Our time for this conversation is beginning to dwindle. Before I bid you leave me once more, tell me what you have learned. Last time we learned the value of timeliness. Today we learn the value of... Precisely! Scheduling! I would so love to talk to you at length about crafting a proper schedule, but I'm afraid my time runs short. If you wish to continue our talks, return to me at 9 p.m. As ever, no sooner, no later. Farewell.
Well. The enigmatic Amber returns for another lesson. You ready? We're gonna stick with getting to know you, but it's time for a new kind of icebreaker. As you might know, ice sucks, so we gotta break it. First off, what's the worst way to get someone's attention? Right! That's just an insincere and unsolicited form of selfish flattery. And for what? Someone who does that isn't trying to get to know you, they're just being a creep. So the real question is, how do you start a conversation with someone you don't know in a respectful way that also shows you might be interested in them, and hopefully makes them interested in you? Tricky, right? That's what we're gonna explore today. You ain't lying. I am fire, after all. A flaming hot, hopeless romantic. You know what I've seen? How many proposals I've warmed? First date flirting in the living room, Valdiva flicks and chills, wine night cuddle sessions, bearskin rug rubdowns. Let's just say I've done my research on this sort of thing. And not to mention, well, I'd like to be in love one day. Anyway, I know about fiery connections. That's why I can help you. But nothing could happen without the icebreaker. And the icebreaker is observation and interest. Right. It might seem basic, but first you gotta notice them. But not just that. You can't be like, oh, they're hot, I'm gonna go talk to them. Nah, you gotta really take them in. What's their demeanor? How do they look? Are they with someone? All that and more. Then, use the information you glean to guess what they might be interested in, and lead with that. Alright, say there's somebody you meet for the first time and they're wearing merch of a show or a game or a book, you know? What do? Maybe compliment them on it, right? But what could you immediately follow that compliment up with that's even better? That's a good one. Smile, gently ease into the topic, and you can build a great rapport with them really quickly. So, you learn about, or even better, share in their interest. Make them excited about it. Start that connection by talking with them about what brings them the most joy. What better way to build a friendship? Dope. You get it then. You gotta communicate, you feel me? Let's go to phase 2. Alright, so you made it past the icebreaker. Now you're vibing a little. They mentioned they're going to a concert of one of your favorite bands. What do you say next? That's what I'm talking about, playa. Keeping it nice and casual and taking an interest while showing interest. Smooth. If they say no and they don't really have any friends who are into this band, let them know you might be down to go if they want company. If they say yes, maybe just tell them you're stoked for them. Don't want to seem pushy or self-inviting. Get to know them before getting too personal. You know, build up to it. Maintain that good balance of digging somebody, learning about them, and gauging their boundaries. Oh, well, damn. Shoot. Fired up. Well, it's about actually making sure you build a friendship with a prospective partner. Humans are out here getting into situationships and they don't even think about actually accepting their partner for who they are. Like, no, you ain't gonna change a person to your whims just because you think they're hot and want them. You don't get to change how they are to suit you. Yeah, you need to be able to be vulnerable with your partner. Even though your attraction is often what leads us to talk to someone for the first time, it only goes so far. If you want a long-lasting relationship that is sexy and mutually fulfilling, it's about the personal trust you build with them based off your mutual friendship. That, to me, is the most important thing. Thanks for the chat. I'll see you at the next lesson, huh?
Work or play? Closet, where secrets are kept.
You keep coming in here looking for me. I'm starting to think you like talking to me or something. Trying to play it coy. I'll say it works for you. Look, I know I've been telling you about that couple that lived here before. Well, I want to tell you why they moved out. Is that all right? Now, let me start by saying these two people really loved each other. But what happened next really shook things up for me. They had a birthday party here. I was working double duty that day. It was what I would call a barn burner. I mean, they went on late into the night. The music was great, everyone was having a good time. But then, someone turned on the shower. I thought it was just those lovely tenants just wanting to be clean after the shindig. I heard their voices, but then I heard another. And it was a long shower, too. But that ain't the point. The point is, after that, the arguing started picking up. I heard a name get tossed around that I ain't heard before. And then one day, when they were down here by my closet door, they started fussing and fighting. Then a question was asked. Who do you love more, them or me? That's not where things went downhill. The response they got was, can't I love you both? There was no response. That was a silence thicker than molasses on a cold day. Their shared showers were stopped. Within 2 weeks, they were packing boxes and getting ready to move out. I know. It broke my heart to watch it happen. Oh, I really wish they could have worked it out. Me too. You know, I wish you could have met them. They were lovely. Sorry, I always get a little nostalgic when I think about them. You know, I've got some thinking to do. You mind coming around some other time? I appreciate you as always, darling.
Well, if it isn't my favorite patient. And no, I don't say that to everyone. It is the absolute eel's ankles that you're here. I have a confession to make. I have spent the time in between the last time I saw you and right this precise moment worried down to my very bones about your health. Right down to the little tiny ones in my ears. Just answer this question for me. Do you have any of the following symptoms? I've read all about it in this book. It's so passé. Diseases that are out of vogue. I've been so enjoying my studying for the test, and I'm just so ready and excited to be a real doctor that I decided to do a little extracurricular work. As you might imagine, I don't have a library card or anything, so when I saw this book and saw diseases in the title, I thought, well, bee's knees, that's for me. It's been giving me the heebie-jeebies for the longest time now, but I have to know what I'm talking about if I'm going to be a true healer. Oh my, I'm quite tired, actually. I do have another page for you, but I think I'll maybe give it to you and then I'll just go and rest. It is exhausting carrying this much.
Tharia hands you another page, one hand held delicately to her brow as she wanders away.
You! Hi! I'm so happy to see you. I'll tell you what, I am. I feel like a huge weight has been taken off me. I owe it all to you. You helped me release the burden I'd been carrying for so long. You have no idea. I'm not sure if you noticed, but my batteries are totally full now. No more unnecessary beeping. Not to mention, releasing all that tension and anxiety has given me so much more energy to focus on my job. I've set some new records in my training, and the relaxation has me far more perceptive. Thank you so... Wait a minute. Do you smell that?
Sleep, sleep, sleep!
There's a fire! It's in the bathroom! Alert the house!
Dorian bursts into the room, all urgency. You were right, Armor.
It's the outlet next to Sinclair!
Hang on. We need more info before we act.
Sinclair spilled water on it, and now the wall is on fire!
I know exactly what to do. Dorian!
Yes?
Go tell Eddie to flip his breaker so we can be sure there's no danger from electricity. Tyrell, I want you to soak it up and... if you feel up to it, jump on the fire.
Anything for the house, Armor.
Let's go.
Barry, you just... keep doing what you're doing.
Do some research on East Asian zithers.
Let's hope this works.
Amidst the chaos of the fire, Armor stands firm, shouting out orders and ensuring everyone in the area is safe. It all happens so quickly, but when the smoke clears, your home and objects are all relatively unharmed.
Woohoo! Yeah!
Way to go, Tyrell. You were awesome.
So were you, Dorian. Well, I'm gonna go dry off Wallace.
Crisis averted. I'll flip the breaker back on and have Tony take a look at that socket. Wonder what got into Sinclair.
You know what? I owe it all to you. I don't even want to imagine how that would have gone if I'd still been low on charge. Seems to me like all you need is a little mouth-to-mouth. Usually when we train like this, one of us plays the patient in distress and one plays the paramedic. Which would you like to be? Then let me take over.
You do your best to play the part of the patient in distress. But once Armor's lips find yours, all pretense of training fades away. There is only you, her, and the budding connection growing between the two of you.
Oh, I can't tell you how badly I've wanted that. But I never knew how much I needed it until you helped me find my balance. Now I need a bit of a break. Just a break from all the action. I think it's time for me to just chill out for a while. Come see me again soon, okay?
What do you know? The little pickup embryo is back for another lesson. I hope you're ready for some more complex pickup strats. No way. We're about to up the difficulty level. Last time we worked on what do you do if you have mutual interests like a show or a band. But what about if you don't have a ton in common right away? How do you get to know them then? What do we talk about? Interests and... Yes! Before you decide it's a boring tactic, just think about it. Sometimes small talk is a great fire starter. And look, I know not everybody is instinctually great at chit-chat, but like any great skill worth having, it requires attention and practice. So, let's say you were meeting me for the first time at a friend's party. What's stuff you can observe about things going on around us, or about the situation happening? Let's roleplay, shall we? I got you. Just relax and let the sparks fly. Okay, so I'm just standing around. Oops, oh man. Now we just happen to be standing next to each other and we don't know each other at all. Aight, what are you gonna say? Alright. A little stiff, but you're onto something, homie. Damn. Great question to start out with. It's relevant to where we are. It's a good jumping off point. Dope. Anyways, back to the roleplay. Oh! I know them through our job. They're a great work friend. Always reliable. Perfect. You're showing an interest in what they do for a living or whether or not they actually like their job. At least you're learning more about them. We'll end there. But you're doing hella well, little Cinder. Proud of you. So, anyway, before you go, any other non-dating advice questions you might want to ask about me? Fired up. I mean, who wouldn't want that warm, fuzzy feeling you get in your chest, you know? I want to be able to show humans that keeping someone warm physically is alright, but emotionally, that shit slaps. There's just something about being vulnerable and willing to devote everything to someone else. That's why I love love. That's what love does, baby. Makes you do sweet things and cheesy things too, for real. I guess that's why I like it so much. It's kind of like a fire. You can keep it controlled, but sometimes it just goes wild. And I like it both ways. Anyways, later!
Hey, sweetheart. How's it been going? Flatterer. That's what's gonna be on your tombstone. I'm actually really glad you came. Truth is, our last conversation made me realize something. I know I need to talk to River Washford and Bathsheba. Only reason I have the gumption to do so is because of you. I know there's a place for the way that I feel love. It's just gonna take a whole lot of work and communication, which I ain't been too great at. Truthfully, I'm usually so concerned about what other things need from me. I ain't spent too much time thinking about what I want from them. And I want something with them. I hope they want something with me. I cherish you. I really do. Truth be told, when I was talking to you, I didn't realize I was untangling all my feelings. But you were a consistent ear through it all. Not sure I could have asked for a better friend to help me with all this. I really do appreciate you, darling. Don't you think otherwise? Let me tell you something. You will always have a friend in me. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have some conversations to prepare. No idea when I'll talk to him, but it'll be soon. And thank you for helping me navigate all this, even when you weren't aware that that's what you were doing. Listen, I really hope you swing by sometime soon, okay, sweetness? I better see you around, okay? You're just the best.
You enter the gym to find Stepford by himself, on the edge of Shelley's broad shoulder. He looks a little bleary-eyed, and he's pacing back and forth. In the pale moonlight, he doesn't quite look like himself.
Ah, yes. Hello, my friend. Just having a little trouble getting my brain to shut off before the big day. I've been rehearsing things in my mind. Just want to do everything perfectly, you know? Maybe I've just never been this nervous before.
Stepford shifts in the light, and it cascades down his gorgeous locks, flowing over his muscled shoulders.
It's just, I feel so, I don't know. It's strange not spending time looking like a trophy, you know? I mean, I look at myself in this light and I seem so dull. My golden luster seems to have been replaced entirely by tarnished silver. If I lose that competition, I'll be an utter laughingstock. Would anyone even want a trophy like me?
Stepford turns to you, fixing you with his electrifying gaze. Somehow he seems to channel the whole atmosphere of competition into his heavy-lidded glance. Your heart races. You feel a tingle of anticipation run up and down your spine.
You always know just what to say. And I'm so lucky to have you in my corner.
The moonlight streaming off Stepford's beautiful body is intoxicating. He looks like a Greek god, but with a subtle vulnerability that makes you feel so very needed. He takes a step towards you.
Here I am, the night before the biggest contest of my life. And it's all because of you. Now, if only I could get some sleep. I'm sure I could sleep better after spending a little time with you. Oh, shucks. So I just need to deal with my anxiety on my own? But no funny business? Okay. Okay, I'll lie down for a bit. I guess I am pretty darn exhausted from training. Even so, I don't think I've got any chance of falling.
Good night, Golden Prince. You arrive at the site of the competition. Seemingly every object in the house has come out to watch. The buzz in the air is full of expectation, excitement, and tension. The pressure is high. Stepford seems both eager and nervous.
This is it! The big event! It's intimidating. All the screaming fans, all the other competitors. Whoever organized this thought of everything. Yo, I forgot to ask you last night. Did you talk to any of the other objects for the quiz? Okay, this one has big words, though. It says here on the practice test, what two schools of thought do existentialists oppose? That makes both of us.
Well, look, it's my old friend, the dork. Want a bone? Okay. Welcome to the Bone Zone.
You take Doug's cold, pale hand, and the two of you make your way to the Bone Zone hand in hand. You have a pretty great time, but as you lie side by side afterward, you can't help but feel an overwhelming sense of dread. You could be doing so much more with your life. You're wasting what should be the best years stuck in your house alone. Is there even a point in trying when climate change is about to fry us all? Doug seems pretty pleased, though. You arrive at the site of the buzz in the air is full.
This is it! It's in all the screaming fans. Whoever organized the... Yo, I forgot to ask you last night. Did you talk to any of the other objects for the quiz? Okay, this one has big words. It says here on the practice, what two schools of thought do existentialists oppose? Well, at least this isn't a spelling test. Okay, time's up. Thank you so much for all your help. I wouldn't be here without you. Wish me luck!
Stepford performs admirably and is awarded a gold medal. When it's all over, he comes running up to you, absolutely elated.
Can you believe this? A gold medal! And you even discovered Doug! That's incredible!
I've been here all along, but yeah.
Wow. I guess for once I get to be my own trophy. It's everything I could ever have dreamed it would be. Can you believe that the question we practiced showed up as the last one in trivia? This isn't some sort of make-believe fantasy video game reality, is it? Well, Even if it is, I have you to thank for making my dreams come true. How could I ever express my gratitude? I think maybe it's time we made one of your dreams come true. Best. And also, I love you.
Hey there! How's it going? Haven't seen you in a while. Me? Oh, I've just been chilling here, relaxing, doing a whole lot of nothing. Been nice to back off from working and stressing so much. Me too. Wanna help me finish this tub of ice cream? Yeah. Well, tubs, actually. I've been through about 3 today. It's either that or... Oh, nothing. Anyway, I've been great. I've realized that I don't need any stress in my life. And to avoid it, I've committed myself to a new pastime. Hardcore lounging. Noah put me onto it. Huh? You mean I need to get back to work? I guess you're right. I mean, someone is probably counting on me somewhere. I'll get back to business in a bit. Just gonna hang here a few moments longer.
Well, after the fiasco I put us through last time, I have buckled down and I've been studying like a squirrel. Diligently, of course. Ever seen a squirrel tucking away nuts for the winter? Imagine that level of industry applied to the medical school admissions test, and whammo! There's me. The long and short of it is that I simply don't have time to chat today. A bit more brushing up to do, and then I'll be ready for our Cracker Jack quiz night.
Faria pulls out a small stack of textbook pages, waving them at you as she speaks.
I know it's a lot, but here. And if you think these 3 pages are heavy, imagine how much all the knowledge I've crammed into my lid weighs. I'd bet I weigh as much as a tool chest right now with all this information.
Faria hands you each page, one after the other, handling them as carefully as though they were ancient sacred texts.
And this one. And the last. I really appreciate your help with this. The next time I see you, I'll be ready to be grilled. Not literally grilled, of course. That would be very painful. Oh, and definitely not helpful either. I can't imagine grilling would help me to do better on the test. Or maybe it would? Oh, dearie me. Do you think it would? Should we try that? Okay, back to it. Onwards and upwards.
Oh, hello. Goodness me, but it's quite late, isn't it? I hadn't expected to see you in the dark. What? How did you possibly get that from what I said? You've an impressive ability to extract negativity from the mildest statement, haven't you? Still, you cannot bring me down. Not when I have these gorgeous things to keep me company.
Timothy gestures expansively to a collection of pocket watches in front of you both.
I know I promised to help you with your love life. But if you'll help me care for my collection, I think it will achieve both of our aims beautifully. If you don't mind. Oh, indeed it will. There is nothing more relaxing, trust me. And perhaps a little more sometimes.
You take a seat by Timothy. He hands you a soft cloth.
Gently, just like this, draw the cloth across the watch face. To maintain a pocket watch, one need only use a microfiber cloth. Harsh chemicals or even water can damage the surface and the inside. Pocket watches are like hearts in that way. Precisely, yes. A proper pocket watch must be regularly tended to with gentle, loving hands. A mechanical pocket watch must, at minimum, be kept clean and wound daily. My watches here are all mechanical. I have no quarrel with quartz.
Timothy's cheeks flush, and he clears his throat, a bit embarrassed that his joke has fallen flat.
Yes, well, my point is that quartz watches require a bit less care in their maintenance. And I say this is a mistake. Sure, that might make them suited to everyday use for everyday folk, but who needs that? How will anyone know you're dedicated and good with your hands if you're using a watch that runs on a battery? That runs along tick-tock ticking without outside help? It's preposterous, really. It's all quite simple, my dear. If you raise the standard of care for yourself, whether it be from romantic or platonic relationships, the quality of caring you receive will, in turn, be much higher.
Timothy looks over at the watch in your hand, as though suddenly realizing you're still holding it.
There now, that'll do. You can just set that down there. Gently, please. Thank you. Your help and courtesy are most appreciated. You and I have been talking for some time now about these things. I hope you have gotten something from these little chats of ours. Oh, my. Well, I'm most pleased to hear you think so. I have enjoyed our conversations a great deal. I had assumed you weren't listening to me in the least, I must confess. To hear that you have taken something from them after all, I am glad indeed. I have much work remaining to do, unfortunately. But if you'd like to speak to me again, perhaps about another topic, you may find me at 9 a.m. sharp. Farewell, then.
As you walk away from Timothy, he seems fully absorbed in his pocket watches. Perhaps it's your imagination, but he does seem happier than when you first walked up on him.
Ah, there you are, my friend. Have a seat, won't you? You're just in time to help me with the household schedule. Nobody seems interested in having one, believe it or not. It is quite thankless work, but it must be done nevertheless. Quite sure, as a matter of fact. One does not do the right thing for praise or appreciation, you know. Timeliness must be upheld. And if it comes at the expense of my dignity and the esteem of my colleagues, well, so be it. But on the subject of friends, I must thank you from the bottom of my clockwork heart. Your presence in my life has been an affirmation of sorts. I thought perhaps no one would ever understand my various idiosyncrasies. I have dedicated my life to time and timekeeping, not only because of the beauty and order, but because of the safety in it. But it is a lonely life, as you can surely well imagine. But you have listened to me. You have understood and affirmed the value in my extreme devotion to time. I have begun to realize of late, perhaps I truly can have it all. Friendship and a slavish devotion to mapping out every hour of the day, down to the last second. I am delighted to hear you agree. Perhaps you can help me present the schedule to our colleagues around the house. They'd surely be more receptive to someone as charming as yourself. Capital, just capital. I'd like to run some things by you.
As Timothy rattles off suggestion after suggestion, it's clear he's more interested in simply being heard than in asking your opinion. Still, the cat clock looks so happy, you begin to feel it too. There's something charming about his obsession with scheduling, even if you can't appreciate it the same way he does. You know that if you ever need help planning anything, Timothy is your clock.
There is always time in the schedule for a good friend.
time. Oh my goodness, I am so ready. If we were in a hospital, I'd be the surgeon with my hands all washed and gloved and my scrubs on, and the patient comfortably unconscious before me. I guess in this scenario, you'd be the patient? Except you're conscious, so maybe not. Oh, and on the subject of consciousness, you're going to ask me questions from the pages that I gave you, and I'm going to give you the answers. Your job will be to tell me whether my answer is right or wrong. Of course, I hope I get them all right, but you know how nerves and excitement can play with one's mind. I'm sure I'll make mistakes. Please tell me when I do. That's the only way I can get better, and I have to always be getting better if I want to be Dr. Varia. Oh, even saying that brings a smile to my face and a song to my heart. Okay, enough romanticizing. On to the work. Oh, goodness, I'm so excited I can hardly sit still. Let's begin. Quiz me. Oh, elementary. 206. Excellent. Next question. That's obvious. You splint at the site of the fracture. Oh no. This is all going horribly wrong. I hope the next question is simple. Ah, this one sounds simple. It's amputate, bind, compress. Well, which one is it? That sounds familiar. Next, always next. Symptoms, of course. Not quite. What would the other ways be? Signs and symptoms, of course. Almost done here. What do you have left? God's alive. Do I remember this one? I believe that it is true. The world of medicine is full of surprises. Feeling good now. I think I've got this on lock. What is the last question? Excellent. For brain surgery? Well, I suppose I would have to agree. It is perfectly natural to perform brain surgery on an awake patient. Of course it is! My studying was not for naught. Those were all the questions, no? Thank you for helping me to study. I'm confident I will do well. Come by next time and hopefully I'll have news to share.
Oh, hey you. You'll be pleased to know I'm not on the ice cream train anymore. Not sure what I was thinking, overindulging like that. But thanks to your influence, mostly, I've put the tubs away. I know! Let's go, Arma!
Arma gestures lazily to a spot not far from her.
Could you do me a favor and bring me that box over there? Thanks. Cigarettes. So tasty.
Arma opens the box and pulls out a cigarette, holding it expertly between two fingers. She looks as if she's held a cigarette many, many times before.
Sometimes types will surprise you. I didn't think I'd be the type either, but then I met these little fellas. This is Siggy, and these are the Smokes.
Yeah! We're Arma's friends. And we can be your friends too if you want.
We're always here for you. Always here when you need a bit of stimulation.
The room is filled with the smell of tobacco and cigarette smoke. Arma's friends crowd around you in a scene straight out of the nightmares of your high school counselor.
Aw, don't be like that.
Oh, don't worry, they're harmless.
We just want to love you.
And treat you right.
Anyway, they were kind enough to give me some good advice. Stay away from the ice cream, they said.
Yeah, stay away from that nasty stuff.
Grab a smoky treat instead.
No calories, just a breath of fresh air. Fresh air and relaxation.
Sweet, sweet relaxation.
What? Why?
Yeah, why? What's wrong with us?
Whatever are you talking about? We're just hanging out.
Nothing wrong with that.
Do I? Do I really?
Tell him, Arma.
Yeah!
For who? There aren't even any other alarms in the house. You know what? I'm gonna just keep hanging out with my new friends. And there ain't a damn thing you can say to convince me otherwise.
Yeah! Jealous much?
Now get out of here.
Come on back later, okay? And when you do, bring your open mind with you.
Liliette, my girl, ready for your penultimate lesson? Sick. Now, part of you must be wondering, Dante, we've already gone through pickup lines, interests, and observations. What other ways could there be to strike up a relationship? Well, shut your silly mouth, because of course there is. It's remembering that there's a difference between talking to a friend and talking to an acquaintance. Alright, take somebody you meet at a party, for instance. Maybe you work together, but in different departments. Or you have mutual friends, but you never hung out solo. Heck, maybe you even chatted before, have each other's socials and chat now and then, but you've only ever had a few interactions. Does that make you friends? Whew, alright, good. That's good that you know that. Sometimes others just automatically assume you're friends with somebody just off a few small interactions in real life or on socials. The parasocial paradox is real. Like, wanting to make friends is totally fine, right? But damn, nowadays there's objects that have whole dependencies on others who barely even know them. Kinda makes you think. Anyway, let's move on to the next part of the lesson. So, this begs the question, how do you go from being an acquaintance to friend, or maybe even beyond, to romance? Well, if you follow the way of the flame, it's all about investing in someone to understand them on a deeper level. Sure, you may have broken the ice, but that's just the tip of the iceberg. I'm gonna teach you how to melt that sucker down. Alright, another hypothetical situation. Let's say this acquaintance is a mutual friend. It's like in your hobby group or whatever. You happen to have a meeting and you want to be closer friends with them. So you sit near them. A topic comes up that you don't have much knowledge about, but they're extremely passionate about it. What do you do? On the ball, showing that body language, that active interest. You may not understand everything about what they like, but you want to learn more because you're interested in what they have to say. And by extension, them. You're really getting the hang of this. All right, nice job. That concludes our lesson. This is really fun. Have you got any questions for me before we go? Fired up. Damn, then, well, as you could probably tell from our lessons, it's this idea of being sleazy or douchey. As much as I love love, nobody owes anybody else a relationship. That's the biggest thing. You can say all the right things to somebody, but it means nothing unless you actually get to know them. It's the real jerks that don't bother with that and say whatever they can to get what they want. So, yeah, that's my biggest pet peeve, I guess. Of course it does. I have a lot of time to think about this stuff. Peace out, homie.
Work or play? Oh, this one. This is the Biggie Buddy. It's a good one. Yes, a very long one. The Great Constructing of Beaver Proudtail. It was very early in the morning, one cold and foggy day, a very long time ago. Young Beaver Proudtail was walking quietly and efficiently through the dugout tunnels of his den, his trusty stick tucked confidently under one arm. It was at this time every morning that the young beaver made his rounds, through the whole den where his colony lived, and then up and out the riverbank, where the world he knew, the world he vigilantly protected, met the strangeness of outside. His large tail balanced him expertly as he climbed the long entrance tunnel to the surface, occasionally using his dignified stick in an undignified manner to scramble up the pathway. As he heaved himself out onto the bank of the river, Beaver's attentiveness grew even more acute. It was dangerous to be outside alone. The Great War with the colony across the river had been going on for as long as he could remember, and a fair bit of time beyond that. It seemed like there had always been the war. He couldn't remember any outright battles or even any scrappy skirmishes, but they were definitely at war. He was sure of it. For a moment, he almost asked himself what the war was even about. But he forgot to finish the question. He was very young, after all, and what did it matter? The colony was on the other side of the river, and beavers didn't even cross rivers. He smartly tucked his stick back under his arm and began his patrol. So many steps this way, a scrutinizing scan, and so many steps back. But today, something was different. On the other bank of the river, through the fog, he heard the distinctive sounds of battle. "On guard, ye scum-footed knave," the voice cried. "Defy me at your peril." The sounds of the wood clanging against wood echoed through the fog. Hey-ya! Pow! Bing, bang, boom! Thank you. Who goes there? Shouted Beaver, his heart in his little throat. As an answer, he heard a young and high-pitched yelp. Ah! My name is Builder. Hi? Hi. It was all Beaver could manage. He was talking to another creature, a stranger, and a stranger from across the river at that. How many times had the Colony Council, the Denizen, warned him about the dangers of this? It was strictly against the rules. And Beaver had always followed the rules. Hi! The voice came careening back across the water. What's your name? Beaver heaved a deep breath. Whoever this Builder was, Beaver was not going to be shown less brave than he. I'm Beaver. Beaver Proudtail. Well, hello, Beaver Patton. Builder Jumpfoot's my name. I'm playing at war. Want to join me? I most certainly do not, cried Beaver. Playing at war? War is serious business, not for playing. My colony is in a war right now, and I'm going to be a general when I grow up. I'm going to win that war. You'll see. Oh, gosh, sighed Builder. I sure hope you do. My colony is in a war too, and I'm so tired of it. That's why I made it a game. Games are so much less boring than warring all the time. The pieces began rapidly whirling around in Beaver's mind. Builder's colony. He's at war too. Right across the river. He realized he was talking to a beaver from the colony across the river, his sworn enemy since birth. Just then, the wind blew a gentle clearing in the fog, and the two young beavers saw each other for the first time. They could have been twins. Bright black eyes, thick tails, strong sticks, embellished with their colony colors. Builder's face broke into a broad grin. You look just like me! Scoffed Beaver. I'd say you look just like me! Builder laughed. The two regarded each other in amazement for another moment. It was the first time either of them had seen a denizen from the other colony. Builder leaned down and hefted up a perfect pebble from the riverside. Not too big, not too small. He tossed it up. With perfect timing, he swung his stick easily, and Beaver heard it crack as it met the pebble in midair and sent it winging across the water. Instinctively, Beaver reached out and caught it in his paw. Now he was accepting contraband? What would his parents say? But, upon inspection, the pebble was quite beautiful. It had a single bold red stripe around it, and it was wet from the riverside mud. His young mind decided that he would keep it. He would keep it a secret, of course, and that was all right. The denizen didn't have to know everything. The clearing and the fog began to fill with thickened air. He looked up, suddenly anxious to lose his new friend. Friend? Huh. How quickly that had happened. And there Builder was, smiling and waving. Maybe we'll play together again soon, he offered. Beaver gripped the pebble and nodded. Yes. Yes, maybe. One day. And then Builder was lost. Beaver finished his patrol and took his new experience, his pebble, and his smartly tucked stick back down to the colony. How you doing, buddy? Need a break? Many seasons had passed since that morning when Beaver Proudtail, all grown up, marched through the tunnels of his colony toward his audience with the denizen. Today was the day he'd been anticipating his whole life. Today, he would be made an under-general of the colony, and he'd finally have the chance to present his machine. See, the machine he envisioned was a daring one. He was prepared for pushback and doubt from the council. The longest, in particular. The longest had been the leader of the denizens for most of his life. She was not always interested in things new or unfamiliar. Beaver's machine was both. But he believed in it, and he was determined to persevere. He rapped on the denizen chamber door. Knock, knock. Enter! He took a deep breath and pushed. My goodness, Beaver, sighed the longest, brows knitted. This machine is quite an undertaking, and you won't even tell us what it does. Yes, ma'am, Beaver nodded. It must be kept a secret, for now, but I promise it will conclusively end this war. The longest considered. Normally, I would say no. Unfamiliar can be dangerous, and outright new, well. She stroked her silver-gray whiskers. The other council members watched her reverently. But we have all seen the construction beginning on the other side of the river. We have no way of knowing what they're up to, and it would be irresponsible of us to take no action at all. They're doing something. We must do something too. Deep murmurs of assent rippled around the small stump table. And we trust Beaver. He is our newest under-general, after all. She winked in his direction. If he believes his machine will truly and finally tip the balance of the Great War in our favor. The silence was agonizing. Beaver kept his eyes fixed on the wall just behind her head, patient. His paw unconsciously turned and returned a small pebble in his pocket, caressing along the line of a single great red stripe. Then permission is granted. Beaver let go the breath he had been holding. Whew. Begin construction as soon as you are able, Under-General. And good luck. She smiled warmly, but the burden of her long years of leadership showed through her sagging cheeks. We will be watching. Beaver smartly untucked and retucked his stick, slapped his tail once against the packed ground in assent. Yes, ma'am. Longest. I'll begin right away. He turned on his heel and marched out of the chamber. It was the first day of summer. It was going to be a long and exciting season. At first, the build crews the longest had placed under his command were reticent. What are we building? They would complain. What does it do? When Beaver said nothing and admonished them to follow instructions, their eyes flickered nervously to the building across the river. Maybe it's something to help us fish the river, Corinth Blue Eye speculated. Did you hear? Denny Strongpaw almost got swept away yesterday. And his whole crew. He did? But Denny's the strongest fisher we have. Shelby Tunneler sighed. Ah, this river. It's so fast. Yes, yes, retorted Madden Sharptooth. But fishing will not win us the war. We must focus on the war. And the others agreed and went back to their building. Sometimes the longest would come to check on the machine, casting her critical eye over every joint and pillar. Most often, she went back below with hardly a word to Beaver, appraising, wearing her doubt like a shawl. But as the summer season progressed, the mood began to shift. Crews would show up to their duties early. They smiled more. They stood up straighter when Beaver came by them or looked to them for progress. The machine, whatever it was taking shape, and its scale was impressive. It looked angry. It looked like the great weapon they all hoped and prayed it was. The crews began comparing their machine to the thing on the other side of the river. They even began trading barbs and joked with the beavers working on the other side. They pushed and prodded about who would finish their project first. Ours is a ship to go to the sky, and from there, we'll drop stars on you, and we'll win the war. Ha! Would come the reply. Ours is a wooden dragon who lives under the water, who can take us safely across this speeding river, and we'll come upon you unexpectedly. and we'll win the war. Days were marked now by hard work, and the sounds of challenge ricocheting across the water. Beaver, said the longest as she held onto his arm one day late into the summer sun, I don't need to tell you. The whole colony speaks of nothing but your machine. They are all so proud of you. Beaver nodded solemnly. Thank you, ma'am. But the season draws on. You must finish before the rains come. And then you'll have to finally tell us what this is that you've created. Beaver's paw found the lucky pebble in his pocket. Yes, ma'am, we will be done. And I will test it, and you will watch. You'll see the destruction of our enemy. The longest squeezed his arm affectionately, and together they looked out over the setting sun and the water. How you doing, buddy? Need a break? And then the day came. The crew stood around the great machine, eyeing with wonder the marvel that they had built. A few beaver folk noticed how similar theirs looked to the one across the river. But that was okay, they reasoned. They had been built facing each other after all. Beaver Proudtail strode up to the front of his machine. With his well-worn stick and his powerful bearing, he cut quite a figure. Corinth Blue-Eye and Shelby Tunneler stood just behind him, awaiting their orders. All right, Corinth. Beaver turned to face them. Do you have the rope? Yes, sir. Corinth turned to Shelby, who produced the end of a long length of woven rope from a basket in the base of the machine. Time to get me up there, then. With the end of the rope tied around his waist, Beaver climbed up to what looked like a large square of woven netting, pulled tightly back from its center by a thick cable. The cable was held by 4 whole crews of beaver folk, straining against the resistance of the net. The longest stood back at a safe distance, her shawl wrapped tightly around her shoulders to ward off the early autumn chill. Beaver settled himself right in the middle of the netting, at the last moment shaking his head in sudden memory. Here, he said to Shelby, and handed her his precious stick. I'll be back for this. Back? Queried Shelby. Ready, crews! Shouted Beaver. Ready, Under General! Came the chorused reply. And loose! At their cue, the crews simultaneously released their hold on the cabling, and the netting rocketed forward, launching Beaver Proudtail out into the air. Great river! They cried in consternation and shock. What? Where is he gone? Is he all right? What have we done? The confusion was so great that not even the longest could restore order. Minutes passed before another shape came sailing over the river from the other side to plop safely and squarely into the center of the net. It was Beaver. He had the same square head and the same rope wrapped securely around his waist. Good log! What a ride! That's the most fun I've had in weeks, said the shape in the net. He began to disentangle himself and stand up. And it wasn't Beaver after all. The royal of the crews was instant and a bit frightening. Who is this? Who are you? They cried, and the longest shouted at the top of her lungs, Detain the stranger! The crews pulled him down from the net, and the stranger never stopped smiling, greeting them warmly, even patting some of the beaver folk on the back. He looked just like Beaver. But Beaver never smiled like that. Beaver hardly smiled at all, come to think of it. I can understand your confusion, said the stranger genially. Beaver and I looked so much alike, even when we were kids. My name is Builder. Builder Jumpfoot. When no reply or greeting was forthcoming, Builder went on. I'm from the colony across the river. Oh, the silence was absolute. Across the river? How was that possible? Was he a weapon? Where was Beaver? How were they ever to get him back? Builder just smiled, absolutely at his ease, seemingly pleased as punch to be among all these new friends. And into this silence sailed the figure of Beaver, a new rope tied around his waist. There were now 3 lines of thick rope across the river. Beaver landed expertly in the center of the net, untied his waist rope, and climbed down. "You are Builder?" Beaver reached out his paw to the stranger. "And you could only be Beaver," the stranger exclaimed, gripping that paw warmly with his own. "I am Builder indeed, and it has been the dream of my life to finally meet you like this, in the daylight, on the same soil." "Mine as well, my friend." Beaver, for the first time in his life, allowed himself a great, eye-crinkling smile. "I almost can't believe it worked." "Now, wait just a minute," trilled the longest, making her slow path down to the machine. "What on Riverbank is happening here? We are at war, Beaver. And Builder, too. You both should know better. Beaver, you promised us that your machine would win the war, and here you have brought the enemy you promised to destroy right to the mouth of our colony tunnel." Beaver turned to the longest with an open face. "Yes, ma'am, I did. I believe you'll agree, though, that I have won the war. We have all won the war, because the war is over." The longest stared. "The machines that we have built will allow us to become not 2 colonies at war, but a single colony, united. The machines are designed to dam this river, ma'am," offered Builder. "I believe you have the same dangers with fishing and swimming that we do. That you have never crossed it?" The crews cackled at the absurdity of ever crossing this raging river. "We have no need to fight the river now, you see," Builder continued. "We sail above it." "Just as the single pebble did long ago," whispered Beaver. Builder smiled. "We have already carried 3 great ropes from side to side between us, and it will be short work to have a whole net built across the river. Once the river is dammed, it will be a still pond, stocked with all the fish we could ever need, calm enough for us and our kits to play in. We will be a great community, the first colonies to ever cross water, the first ingenious constructors in the history of us." The crews were open-mouthed. Their paws hung still at their sides as they realized the magnitude of what they had accomplished. But would it truly be good, as they said? Who was really to say how this great feat would be remembered? The longest took a deep, rattling breath. "I can see why you did not tell us at first, Beaver, the true purpose of your machine." She glanced at him sidelong. "I surely would have said no. Nothing this daring has ever even been attempted before, let alone under the mask of subterfuge." Beaver looked up at her, suddenly a very young kid again in his heart. "Yes, that is true, ma'am. I have won the war. I have won by making it go away. We have all won it, by making friends out of old enemies. Ma'am, Mother, do you like it?" The longest looked fondly on her son, her serious and guarded and daring and wonderful son. "Yes, child. I have never been more proud of anyone." Builder guffawed and began to dance around, slapping Beaver brazenly and companionably on his back. Beaver stood solemn, quiet, a gentle smile tickling the corners of his mouth, satisfied. It was, as they had promised, quick work to dam the river. Beaver and Builder were excellent guides, and the crew from both sides of the river proved naturally adept and joyous in their work. Before the autumn settled in, a great still pool existed between the 2 colonies, kits splashing and playing and parents fishing safely. Denny Strongpaw, the best fisher in the fast water, turned out to be the best fisher in still water, too, much to his delight. And very early each morning, Beaver Proudtail still crept quietly from the colony and performed his morning rounds. He had never missed a day. But now, his favorite part of his patrol was seeing Builder Jumpfoot across the water and batting a very specific, very lucky, red-striped pebble back and forth. That's Just Eat. Thanks for listening all the way through. Good night, buddy.